ready.
Welcome everyone to Clone Corner 100, and I knew I had to do it for the 100th episode. This is a complete update of my entire Clone Trooper toy collection. Not just the 3 3/4 inch figures, no, we are going over all of my Clone Trooper toys. Absolutely every single one. So I want this to be really in-depth. I want you guys to really have a lot of content here for the 100th episode. So I'm not just going to skim over this yeah, it's my Lego Galactic Heroes. No, I actually want to talk about stuff. And I really want you guys to really get an idea of my Clone Trooper collection. Because I'm a toy guy. I love toys in general. I don't just have the 3 3/4 inch stuff. I like having weird, wacky stuff. Like I have a very yellowed, very, very yellowed, McDonald's, Burger King, whatever it is, toy right there. And I've got a Converge clone. I've got Unleashed. I've got so many different kinds of clone toys. I'm not completist with every single thing. I'm not completist with Lego clones because that's just out of my reach. But there's some things where it's I'm trying to be completist with Galactic Heroes and the 3 3/4 inch stuff. There's a few things I kind of select to try to get them all, but it's not possible. it's not. But I love collecting Clone Troopers. And what you're looking at over here is kind of my Miscellaneous Clone Trooper section. And then these are the small Clone Trooper figures. So let's start up here. So up here, in that little corner, we have one of my knockoff 501st minifigs is sitting. And then we have that's a Gumball Machine clone, a Pez dispenser. And then that's a really awesome Mission Fleet Shock Trooper. And then that's a Bath Toy Clone Trooper. I don't know, I love that one. And then some more Mission Fleet stuff. Man, I really hope they make more of these. Because I got Rex there and I got the Trooper. Then there's that knockoff. It's a First Order Stormtrooper body, but I have him with the clone head. Because, it's the head that is the clone. And then I have the other clone head there. I've got the other heads tucked in right there. There's my very yellowed Tactics ATRT. Man, Tactics stuff yellowed so bad. And here's my Lego ATRT. My classic one. This is the classic ATRT. Love that. And just to give you a little glimpse, I have small Transformers on top. So this is kind of a little random area. And then next, I have a Titanium ATRT. And then I love the Unleashed stuff. I have an almost complete set of the Sheik guys. I think I'm missing one Trooper, but I think I have all the Star Corps from Unleashed. Love those figures. That's one where I'd love to get more Unleashed stuff, because I know they did the ARC Troopers, 501st stuff. They did a Battlefront pack from Battlefront 2. I'd love to get that. Love those figures. They're just, they're so cool. And then there's my Converge clone that I got in the P.O. box. Got a couple chess pieces of Clone Troopers. I remember when I bought one of those, the lady that sold it to me had a pink eye. So I was a little concerned. She worked at the flea market, and I swear she had pink eye. Then back there's that's a Clone Trooper pen, so that's weird. I do have a couple clone items not on display. I have a helmet that was a sucker holder. That's kind of in storage right now because it's just too big and it's super yellow and ugly. Speaking of yellow and ugly, there's that's a wind-up clone. Man, that is insane. But we do have another Happy Meal toy for Captain Rex. Then an M&M Clone Trooper. Then I think there's another one behind that. Yeah, it's an ornament behind him. So there's an orange one and a red one. Then down here's a Tactics Clone Troopers. I tried my best to de-yellow these, but a lot of them went yellow again. But I have most of these. I don't think I'm really missing any. There's Commander Bly. And then there's a Shock Trooper, a 212th, a couple pilots. There's Commander Gree right there, apparently. And some more Unleashed, some random ones. Shock Trooper, Lieutenant. Actually, I think that's a 501st Trooper. That's not a Lieutenant. And a Clone Wars style right there. Then these are a couple custom cast helmets that someone sent me in the P.O. box. I'm so bad with names, so I'm so sorry. I'm not going to remember any names from anybody. But speaking of P.O. box stuff, there's some custom Lego clone minifigs that got sent in the P.O. box. Some of those are really cool. But I have those on display there. Then there's my only Clone Army Customs minifig. Then you can see these are, you can tell some of those guys are my childhood clones, like that Phase 2 right there. You can tell he's a little dirty. There's a knockoff, some knockoff ones in front with the classic helmet. And then, I'm sorry about the lighting. I'm having to use my clone flashlight, my phone flashlight. You can see some are a little discolored. They're old. I've played with them so much. Ah, there's a Kashyyyk Trooper. Love that one. And then Seleucami guys. I mostly have classic ones here, but I had to have Neo next to his trooper. Then clone pilots. Love the pilots. And some more random stuff. There's like maybe an aerial light helmet. Not exactly sure. Little clone figurine, and then a couple command clones. Right there. And some classic blasters just at the ready, I guess. These are not clones, but I don't care. I have them here just because I like them a lot. My Senate Commando minifigs. I know they're not clones. Leave me alone. Here's some Clone Wars clones. Custom waxer right there. Fox. And I had to give Fox the dark red visor from the ARC Trooper Battle Pack. There's Rex, who's actually really rare and expensive now. Same with Wolf. Oh my goodness. I've got a couple of the officers. Never got the captain or commander, unfortunately. Then I have some ARC Troopers. The Gunner. Eth Koth's Horn Company, which is so weird that LEGO made that. A couple pilots, Bomb Squad, and here are my regular Phase 1s. Love that very first classic Phase 1 clone minifig helmet. And then going down to the rest of the LEGO. Got that ARC Trooper, the ARF Troopers. It's so funny, he's so rare and tucked back there. I've got the Phase 2 Wolf Pack. I need to get him a little more visible. But then I've got the 501st, yes. Love that battle pack. Might end up getting another one at some point. And I've got the knockoff Rex and Jesse in front just because they're really cool. Then there's Gree and the 41st Elite. And the Geonosis Troopers, which are really weird. And then Galactic Heroes. I love these, and there's some fighter pods sprinkled in too. So you got like Gree and Bakara, little Neo. Another Star Wars Command clone. And going down, you can see so many little fighter pods. I'd love to get all the Galactic Heroes clones at some point. I'm only missing a few. Oh, and I've got some little, those were like pencil toppers. Little squishy like Wolf and a blue pilot, I don't know his name. And a, it was a Senate security. Then Training Heavy. Then it's so funny. Phil and Keeley got Galactic Heroes, but they didn't get action figures. Matchstick, Rex. That's so weird. And that's so weird. They got that, but they didn't get actual figures. And then they did so many versions of this Phase 1 mold. Got Reg, Sergeant, Lieutenant, Captain, Commander, 501st, Mace Windu's, 212th, Bomb Squad, and I think I'm missing a couple too. Then there's another Mace Windu, a couple Shock Troopers. Very cool, like blue Seleucami Trooper, 501st, 212th, plain white, and some more little the fighter pods down there. Oh man, I love those. And then over here on the wall, I've got a Hot Wheels Captain Rex. I actually got that pretty recently. And then the Hot Wheels Republic car I got sent. And then the Hot Wheels 501st. I think those look really cool together. 501st and Captain Rex. Then there's my Command sealed set. I did a Clones Miss video on that. And then I think that's it for that area. I guess we'll go over to the Cody Shrine next. Because, I mean, it's clone stuff. I gotta show it. So here is my carded Cody stuff. Saga Collection, holographic. And then going up to my normal carded Cody. And of course, my nice shiny Ultimate Galactic Hunt has to be yellowed in the card. Ooh, love it. Absolutely love it. But then we have the original Black Series Cody in the box, sealed. When that thing came out, I bought 3 of it because I'm a maniac like that. Oh, 1 sealed, 1 loose, and 1 loose to customize. That's what I did. And then there's a Funko Pop Cody. Then some random Cody stuff on top. Oh, there's that knockoff minifig. There's a skateboard, some cards. There's that bootleg 212th Funko Pop. Then, oh, speaking of those Unleashed guys, there's the Unleashed 212th. Got a lot of those. I got a couple of the Phase 1 Codys. And a little Cody figurine right there. And then a couple of the Tartakovsky. One, I think one is a figure and the other is a keychain. Or maybe both of them are keychains. I'm not exactly sure. Because I got that whole big old lot of the keychain ones. Then over here, more Cody goodness. There's my custom Tartakovsky. The super yellowed one on the left is my original childhood Cody. A part of me is debating whether or not I want to try to de-yellow him. We'll see. Then there's my wayward home of 5 POA Codys. I've got like, what, 4 of them? That's great. That's a real treat. And then behind him, I have another hologram Cody. Galactic Hero, some little figurines. That's a little Cody that goes with the Transformers Cody. And then moving up, we have Archive Cody in the box. The Donald Duck is Commander Cody. Knockoff minifig 212th. That's a little Wizards of the Coast Cody. Mighty Mugs, remember those? There's my custom Black Series Cody that's all nicely painted. There's my Jedi Clone Commander Cody. Thank you so much, dude. I love that. Oh man, little fighter pods. There's that's why I got those helmet pencil toppers, because they had a Cody in it. Here's my Gentle Giant, like, I want to say 1/4 scale bust. Bust bank, I love that. Then there's a little Cody. Some more minifigs. And yes, that is Commander Cody according to LEGO Star Wars 2. Or actually the original LEGO Star Wars, not LEGO Star Wars 2. Do not judge. That is Commander Cody to me. And then just more Cody figure goodness. I have so many duplicates. Then there's the Bionicle Cody. Actually, it's the creature and character building. It's Bionicle Cody, okay? Alright, my arm's getting tired already. Ooh, that's great. Moving up, I have some carded 212th Cody boys, carded Utapau Trooper, carded Saga Collection, and awesomely carded Airborne Trooper. Love having that carded. And then, whew, my goodness, let me open the door a little bit, or actually close the door a little bit. That's actually what it is. Then I got a Cody keychain carded. I tried to say carded and Cody at the same time. That did not work out. I got this custom, like, what if there's a 212th figure released in Revenge of the Sith? I want to modify this more. I want to, like, cut him out and replace him with this. I have it right here. It's the insert for the Saga Collection one. I want to do that at some point. I think that'll look really cool. Then there's a carded Phase 1 Trooper from the new release. And then carded TVC Cody. Ooh, yes. Love it. Wish I had the metallic one, but I've just got that. And then, ooh, I totally passed up on this guy. Another Saga Collection Cody on top. But this guy was, you can see all that yellowing and shelf wear. This poor boy was sitting in a Rite Aid for about a decade. And I rescued him. Cost me $15 at Rite Aid, but I had to rescue him. It was just too funny, and I didn't have that Cody carded yet, so it's kind of a cool little story for that one. I've got TVC carded 5s, and I have Black Series carded Echo. So it's kind of cool there. I got 5s and Echo. I love that. I love that so much. And then here is, it's not truly carded. It's kind of like resealed. You can definitely tell with the cords there. But it's 2008 Cody. Then there's my childhood hologram Cody that I keep in there because he will crumble to bits if I touch him. So there's all that Cody goodness. Geez, we're already like 14 minutes in. Haven't even gotten to the horde of 3 3/4 inch. So up here, this is gonna kill my arm. This is my 12-inch and my Black Series. Don't let me forget, I also need to show my Hot Toys and Sideshow clone troopers too. They're in another room. But yeah, there's so much up here. Oh, and there's Transformers clones too. Here, I gotta adjust my viewfinder so I can actually like see what I'm showing you. So up there, I got some Transformers ones, the ARC 170 Rex, the gunship, the Y-Wing. And then I've got Crosshair and Hunter. I do have the Elite Squad Trooper up there somewhere. Yeah, he's right there. Technically not a clone, but for now he's there. Purge Troopers, because technically they're clones in the comics. Then we're getting to Phase 1 or Phase 2 Plane Troopers, Shock Troopers, then the 501st. Jeez, this is really hard to show you. My phone's all the way up. Ooh. 501st, Wolf, Bly. There's some guys like there's the Camino Trooper hiding back there. The 212th. There's Obi-Wan in his clone armor. Then the Phase 1. Jeez, I really need to redo this because you can hardly see some of them in the back. Like you can see the captain behind Obi-Wan there. And some Phase 1 troopers. There's that knockoff clone pilot. I've got Django and a battle droid up there just because they kind of fit. Ooh, okay, I'm dying. Got a Goofy Rex and then Galaxy of Adventures clone trooper. Got the titanium. That is a NECA ceramic clone mug. Here's the 12-inch. The lieutenant and the sergeant there are customs because Hasbro never made those. They just made the captain and the commander. And then Unleashed. Just did a clone corner on these. Love these. You can see that's a total shelf hog. That arc gunner. Then I got the shock trooper, and then I've got the clone captain. Whew, okay. That's a really high up shelf. I'm sorry it's kind of hard to show you. So, I want to show you some peripheral clone trooper stuff, and then we'll get on to the main event. So I've got big old 501st right there. Right in front of, or right behind my big old Imaginext Megazord I got at the thrift store. Because, of course, I got it at the thrift store. Then, big old clone. This is kind of a mess. That Soundwave thing fell, and I haven't even fixed it yet. But, we got a plushie clone trooper. And big old shock trooper. And then back here, we've got some more carded clones. These haven't really changed. I've got the carded variant ATRT driver. If that'll get in focus, I don't think it will. Thank you. And then the carded striped Bly. Carded 501st. Carded Scuba. And then carded Fox. Of course he's discoloring. I mean, it's an original 2008 clone. What would you expect? It's finger oils. Yeah, that's why the carded one's yellow too. Dude, it's just... it's gonna happen. You're gonna see some yellowed ones, and I'm just gonna address it now. It just happens. Yellowing just happens, and you just have to live with it. It's sad, but it's... I mean, dude, some of this plastic, it just degrades. Got a carded Scorch up there. And then I've got a carded Arc Lieutenant and a carded Arc Captain Fordo. I love those. And then right here, I've got a carded Bark Trooper, one of my absolute favorite figures. Just did a shorts on that. Check it out. Whoa. And a couple more carded boys. Rex and Heavy. Carded Clone Commander on a Clone Lieutenant card, because they just use the Clone Lieutenant image for all those. I think it's so cool, because those are my two favorite ranks. And then that is a 3D printed DC-17 pistol that a fan sent. And then... carded freaking Phase 2 clone. Man, I miss these cards. I miss seeing those in stores. I miss when they were abundant, because now they're just super rare, and it's kind of sad. And then you can get some sneak peeks of the main army. But along the side here, I've got my pre-posed clone Build Your Army 3-pack. And then I've got the Force Battlers clone I also did a shorts on. Check it out. Whoa! And then down here I've got my big old Cody, my big old 212th. Love those figures. Honestly, a couple of my absolute favorites right there. So, I think that's almost all the peripheral stuff. I'll save the Hot Toys and Sideshow till the very end. But this was the thumbnail. I got it back all the way to the other corner of my room. This is my grand clone display. I redid it. because I wasn't happy with them all like fighting the droids and everything. Like it had been like that for about 5 years, and I needed to change it up. You can see though, I'll probably save it for a droid district, but I do have my battle droid army along the side. You'll get some glimpses, but I'll make a detailed video on that probably in the next droid district. Well, probably not. Maybe the next one. I don't know, because I got to review the heavy droid. But yeah, just giving you some big pans. I have, when it comes to like the unique clones, like the unique armors, unique characters, I've got every single one. The only things I'm missing are slight, minuscule variations. Those are the only things I'm missing. And I'm not really too worried about getting a lot of those. Like, as long as I don't have them, it's still something to chase after, you know? And I kind of like that. Maybe at some point I'll try to focus a little bit more on trying to get those. But for now, I really like, you know, still having those things that I still need to get. And yeah, I'm a fan of the 212. I'm a fan. So let's start where it all began. I guess we'll start over here because this is truly where it all began. With Camino. Got a little Camino display here. Got Django, Boba, a couple Kaminoans. Rip in the chat. And then Obi-Wan. Just because, you know, I figured he'd fit there. A couple young clones. A couple Scubas. Right next to Kit Fisto, because why not? Then there's like some pre-posed, sort of like still, you can hardly see them. They're kind of, I can't even get the light in there, right? Can I even get the light? Sort of. Like these pre-posed knockoff things that someone sent. I know some of these people that sent stuff, but I don't know all of them, so I'm not naming any names, because I don't want to make anyone feel left out, because I'm just so bad with names. Then in here I've got Silver Clone, Commander Gree, and then there's a custom too. Yeah, that custom one that someone sent. A couple of the speeder clones. Some pre-posed clone action going on right there. Then one guy that's just taking a nap, I guess. And then everything has a Phase 1. And these are the Phase 1 clones. A couple Hawkbats there. Someone sent along a spare poncho, so I just threw it on a regular Phase 2. Some pre-pose, some sneak preview. A couple TVC in the front. A lot of the classic Phase 1 figure mold. Love that. And some Sergeants. I only had like one classic mold Sergeant, and he's really yellowed. So I bought another one because after a while, man, you can't with the yellowing anymore. Then my lieutenants, I got a lot of lieutenants. There are some ARC troopers sprinkled in there too. Just kind of put them back there, like ARC troopers without all their gear, because you come across those a lot. And then the commanders, love the commanders. There's a lot of cool commanders out there. And then only a few captains. There's not a lot of captains. And then, speaking of captains, we got the captain himself. I might have to take a break here soon. My arms are getting super tired. Captain Fordo. Yes. Got Fordo, then Alpha back there. And another Fordo. And then I've got 3 of this ARC Trooper so far. That's one figure I'm actively trying to army build. They're just so hard to come by for like under 20, 25 bucks. And then another Alpha back there. A couple Gunners. Shadow ARC Trooper. Oh, there's a custom... Where'd he go? Oh, he's behind the Shadow ARC Trooper. Why? There's a custom green ARC Trooper right there. Love this ARC clone pilot. I'd love to get another one. Then here's all my normal Phase 1 clone pilots. I got loads of them. Loads. And I love them. One's an engineer, but, you know, close enough. And then I didn't show this off yet. I almost forgot. My arms are super tired, so this will definitely not help the case. I've got my ARC gunship up here. With Obi-Wan, Fordo, ARC Troopers, and then some others and tucked in the back. Love that. I've got it hung up, as I say, Sith Lord 229 style. Because he had it hung up like that in his room in his really old videos. And of course, ATTE. And it's got a knockoff Phase 1 clone pilot inside. So, yeah, it's all the realistic Phase 1s. Phase 2 definitely has a lot more love than Phase 1 in realistic style, but Phase 1 has a lot of love in the Clone Wars. So, as you'll get to see here soon. So, let's move over here to some clone pilot action. I'm going to try to get this done in one take. Got the 2 Shadow pilots, V19 Torrent. There's all my normal Phase 2 pilots. Got a couple of the, geez, what are they called? Like the fire crew guys. It's not really confirmed if they're clone troopers. Some sources have said they're like retired troopers that now just kind of serve as firefighters and engineers. Others say that they're just like Republic, people. But I have them in the displays. Like I've got another one down there working on that. And then tucked in there, I've got some pre-posed Phase 2. Can't really see them next to Fort Max. And then the Republic shuttle. Hell yeah. Here am I just going to not mention the Republic shuttle? Love that. Then here's my ARC 170. A couple of the very nicely toned, we'll say, ARC troopers, or ARC 170 troopers. And then here's some combat engineers. I call them the dot boys because that's just what they are to me. And then V-Wing pilot next to the V-Wing. Then some 5th Fleet security over there. All right. Still got a little bit to talk about. Not too much. Let's start with the Clone Wars. So over there in that corner, we've got the ATT Gray Assault Squad guys tucked back there. Then we've got the gunners and then the anti-hailfire guys. I love having all 3 of those gunner guys standing with each other. I just think it's really cool looking. And it's funny, those guys actually aren't yellowed. That's just how their paint is on their bellies. It's like they look yellowed. It's hilarious. And then over here of course there's the AV-7 turret right there. But I got tons of Phase 1 Clone Wars clones. I actually had a policy when I had figures without their helmets. I have them without the helmet if that is the only way you can uniquely identify the character. Other than that, they have their helmet on. So with the hidden enemy guys and, fives, I have them without their helmets. But you can see I have Echo with his helmet on. Because that's the only way to uniquely identify them is if they don't have their helmets. Clone pilots back there. Matchstick, Goji, and Warthog. Then 4 or 5 oddballs. Because that just oddball's an easy one to come across. And there's Captain Locke tucked back there with my custom Horn Company trooper I made for him. Then Commander Bly with Ayla Sakura. I do have some Jedi Generals sprinkled in too. I still want to have some Jedi Generals. And then his couple troopers. Mace Windu with Pawns and his couple ARF troopers. Because those ARF troopers were mostly, in that Ryloth ARC stuff. A couple of Keeley's, or actually a few of Keeley's ARF troopers. So that's cool. And then back there's one of those... That's the the normal clone red style of that little mini rig ship that I love those. Then the Wolf Pack. Love the Wolf Pack. Got Plo Koon, Wolf. He is kind of debatable what he is. I just kind of have him standing on his own right now, sort of next to the Wolf Pack because he was with the Wolf Pack. A trooper of that exact same design was with the Wolf Pack, sort of, in, one of the arcs, but he was, everyone else was Phase 2, so it was weird, but also he was just on Camino. He's, a Rancor Battalion ARF trooper. That's why he's kind of in between the Wolf Pack and the Rancor Battalion arcs. So, you can see, we've got Sinker and Boost without their helmets to identify him. Then a few Wolf Pack. I would have loved if they did with the Wolf Pack, in their gray armor in Phase 1. There's Agree and his Green Company, 41st Elite Boys. A couple bomb squads. There's a custom back there. Then there's Shadow Troopers back there too. Another custom. The Special Ops clones. Oh, and there's also my custom Shadow ARF Trooper back there. And then there's it's kind of one of the crappier versions of the fighter tank. There's my ARC Troopers. Love them, love them, love them. I'm very fortunate and lucky to own those. Very fortunate. And then Boss back there because he really didn't have anywhere else to go. With some training guys. And then Shakti and all them just to kind of make it fit. And then we have my Clone Wars 212th. So we got Waxer, Boyle, Cody, Gear Shift, Obi-Wan, a lot of other 212ths. Got the flying ones, love those. Some spare Codys in the back just because I have so many Codys. And I do have one without the helmet. Those actually are unique Cody figures, by the way. But I have one without the helmet just because. That's another thing. It's like if I have a lot of character duplicates, I'll have one without the helmet. But then there's Jet. And like the Geonosis guys, Geonosis ARF Troopers, Coyote Mundi. And then the Clone Wars 501st. Yes. Actually, before them, I've got like the Snow Gear, Obi-Wan, Anakin, and then the 2 clones. But yeah. Oh man, it kills me how my Defend Camino 5s and Echo are so yellowed. Oof, I'm sorry. It just breaks my heart, okay? It breaks my heart. Then there's the awesome Rex. That's the go-to Rex, Phase 1. And there's my custom Kano and Boomer. My custom Hawk. That's Cad Bane and Denal Disguise. Mixer and Red Eye, and then Scythe back there. Not really sure if Scythe was 501st, but I just kind of put him with those guys. Plain 501st Troopers. There's Jesse Kicks and Hardcase. And then there's a custom who is like really, really, really yellow. Then moving on to like the, oh man, look at that fire. Look at that fox. Ooh. Anyways, like the Senate Guard, like the Senate Commando, Coruscant Guard. Got a couple Riot Troopers, Jack, Fox, Stone, love Stone. And then back there, I have all the Rex variants. I have one without the helmet. There's a lot of Rex variants, man. I did a whole video on it. Check it out. Whoa! All right, then there's droids next to them. We'll talk about that in another video. All right, that's it for Phase 1 Clone Wars. Now Phase 2. This happened to some of the copies of this ATRT driver, where like he's sort of yellowed around the black paint. Genuinely cannot tell you what's going on with that. I'll probably just paint over that at some point. But here's my Phase 2 Clone Wars display. Got the bendable knee Rex, my custom Vaughn, and currently I have him displayed as 332nd. And I've got Cody with a custom 212th, custom kick someone sent, Fox and the Wolf Pack. Got the Clone Pilot, and then over there we've got the Scuba Trooper that I did a shorts on. Check it out, whoa! And then some more Rexes, some more Phase 2 Rexes back there. And then there's like the non-bendable knee, and then there's a Rebels one tucked back there too. And then there's a custom Phase 2 Denal. Then there's a Phase 2 Wolf realistic. Then this kind of goes into the 501st realistic. So of course I got the ARC Troopers up front. Custom 332nd. Got Bo. Oh man, I love the 501st. There's that custom right there. There's a few customs in the back too. I usually keep the customs in the back, but I always display the customs. Alright, and then we got the plain white troopers. Mandalorian Trooper, Fordo, Saucy Tin. A lot of plain white troopers. They did a lot. And I also have a lot because I'm horrible like that. Then back there, I didn't know where to put them. There's like a yellow trooper that someone sent me, so I just have them back there. Alright, we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Here we have the shock troopers. Got the realistic Commander Fox custom that I love. And just tons of different shock troopers. Then back there's also some custom shock troopers. And there's also like the shock trooper assassin custom right there. Love that one. And then here's the Galactic Marines, Bakara. The Bakara lookalikes, because those guys are actually in the movie. Commander Keller and his guy. Mace Windu and his very nicely toned gentleman, we'll put it that way. Then him, I just don't know where to put him. The Kashyyyk, like, Neo-looking guy, so I just kind of put him there. Then here's the Star Corps. Love that custom ATRT driver. There's the Icky Bly, literally the worst clone figure of all time. Love the Gela Grub Trooper. love him. There's Devis, and then like that green commander. I have the striped Bly loose too. And then TVC Ayla Sakura. Then over here I have the 91st Reconnaissance Corps. Got Neo and Neo and Neo and Neo on speeder bikes. Because why not? Yeah, I got a lot of bark speeders. And then over here, I had to relocate them to make way for my 212th. But I have one of my absolute favorite clone groups. Tushi Choi's, however you say it, is clone troopers. Love them. Then 442nd. Then there's the boxed battle damaged clone officer set. That was one of my very first clone things I ever got growing up, so I really wanted it in the box. I had the non-battle damaged one though. Alright, then moving down, that's a bit of an inside joke, that very, if it'll get in focus this year, that very damaged clone laying down there. If you know, you know. But here we have the Phase 1 Tartakovsky troopers, and yes, that is a custom sergeant that I recently did. Had to have a sergeant. They did all of them but a sergeant, so I had to make a sergeant. And yes, that's also a custom lieutenant ARC trooper. I had to make that. Then there's Cody. Then that's the custom, like, that was Saucy Tin's captain. So there's Phase 2 down there, and then Phase 1 up there. So yeah, I made 3 custom Tartakovsky clones, and I'll make a 4th too. I've got another plain white Phase 1 that I want to turn into a 212th to go with Cody. So there's that. All right, so there's... Should I redesign it a little bit? Because Cody's design's a little different. Ooh, I might do that. I might redesign it a little bit. That might be fun. And here's my turbo tank. Love it, love it, love it. I've got the gunner in there just because he didn't really have anywhere else to go. And then the 41st Elite Kashyyyk troopers. Got tons of ATRT drivers. Even got like a couple more tucked under there. ATRT Assault Squad. Then I've got a couple of the Order 66 troopers. I've got the rare comic pack. Thank goodness, finally. Oh my gosh. Commander Faye. Commander Gree. Ketamine I need. Sorry about that. Yeah, and then I love the like the Scout Trooper repainted into a Kashyyyk Trooper. I loved when they did that. And then just the next year they brought out like a unique mold, so that was funny. Then that's the pre-posed ATRT driver, and that's the pre-posed Bark Trooper. Then here's like the Coruscant landing platform troopers. A lot of these clones, like if you see them yellowed and everything, either they just hate me and they decided to discolor, or they were very well loved. Some of these were very well loved. Others just hated me and decided to discolor. Like my 212th, I'm just gonna talk about this now. Like that 212th trooper, and that one right there, and that one with his hand up. You can see they're slightly discolored. That's because they were very well loved. They were some of my very first. But others just hate me and they discolored. So I think I can sit down. Am I safe to sit down now? Oh, geez, thank you. Oh, wow. Ooh, yes, thank you. Because now I'm getting to the lower level. So here we have Commander Cody in the 212th. I've done a whole video on this army. It has not grown since that video, but I did like repose them. I've got all the bootlegs in the back. I've got like some custom waxer. The legend himself, Captain Killshot, if he'll get in focus. No? Okay. There he is. Then a custom 212th Scout Trooper. You can see there's like all the bootlegs in the back. And then all the Saga collection kind of mounted up there. There's a few that I got, like, I've got these guys like back to back right there. I love that. Love how that looks. And then I've got a couple kneeling just to kind of square it off. Then I love this custom 212th Commander. Love him. Simply one of my favorites. Then my airborne troopers. Then my ATRT drivers. And then my Shadow Utapau, which I kind of count as 2/12. I mean, same design, deployed on Utapau. I think they're like a division of the 2/12. That's how I've always kind of seen them. Then my Republic Commandos, last and definitely not least, for my 3 3/4 collection. I've got Delta Squad right there. I've only got the newer version of Delta Squad. I've got the older Boss, and I've got the single-packed Scorch, but I don't have the old multi-pack Scorch, Fixer, and Sev. Those are some of the few clones I'm missing. Then I've got the Black Commandos. Fiscarata, love him. Then a couple nicely toned plain white Commandos. I do have 3, but another one's kind of tucked away because I want to repaint him into like an OC Commando. Because I'm like, I've got another one, why not? I'll custom paint him. So, that's it for the 3 3/4 collection. Can't tell you the last time I've counted. If one of you feels like counting, feel free. I think I've made it coherent enough where you can kind of see everything and count it yourself. The droids will get their own video. I'll talk about them in their own video. I do like that I have the droids in their own little section now, though. I think that's cool. So I guess the last thing to show you is the Hot Toys and Sideshow clones I have. And we'll end the video at that. One other clone I have to show isn't even displayed with my clones. It's with my Iron Man stuff. My sister-in-law painted for me a custom Black Series Iron clone. So I love him. Thank you so much. Man, it was kind of like the response to me painting her like a Harley Quinn and Wolverine colors. So I did that for her and she did that for me. So thank you for that. I love that one. And that also reminded me of my own Soundwave clone. Got to show him because he's cool. He's a Soundwave colored clone trooper. I'd love to make a Char Aznable looking one day. All right, last and definitely not least, my Sideshow and Hot Toys clone troopers. These things are kind of a pride and joy for me. I do have Captain Rex incoming. I do have the 501st coming. And I do have the Shock Trooper incoming. I'm not going to get the Bad Batch, though. But, oh man, I'm sucked in. So I've got the Sideshow Commander Cody. I display him in Phase 1 because that kind of makes the most sense. I do have his Phase 2 helmet down there, though. And then I have the Hot Toys Commander Cody. Simply, out of everything in this video, this is my singular favorite. This is, if I could only keep one clone trooper figure, it'd probably be that. I just absolutely love it. And then my Deluxe 2/12. Again, absolutely love it. Even though the body's really flimsy and crappy, he still really poses great. And he's just amazing. And then my Airborne Trooper. Ooh, yes. That's honestly one of the better ones. And then, of course, I got to show my Sideshow Obi-Wan right next to him. Because, I mean, it's Obi-Wan. Why not? And then I don't even think I've really shown this yet. I've got, like, my Mando and my First Order guys, then my Imperials. And then on the top, I've got, like, some Iron Man stuff and some other things. This is like my little high-end sliver. I was allowed a little sliver of the living room to put my high-end stuff. And I was like, yeah. Because that's where it's going to end up anyway. You know, I plan on having like a really nice glass cabinet to put my high-end stuff in my living room. Everything else will be relegated to a collection room, but my high-end things, I need to look at these in my living room every day. And yes, please. I absolutely love them. So, with that being said, there was, for the past 40-odd minutes, my entire Clone Trooper collection. I've got a lot of clones. I really like Clone Troopers. I don't know if you could tell, but they're one of my passions. I kind of consider myself having the big three. Clone Troopers, Transformers, and Gundam. I've got the big three. I've got like high-grade 1/44 Gundam, Transformers Classics, and 3 3/4-inch clones. Those are my big three. If I would add a fourth, it'd probably be like 6-inch Iron Man. If I'd add a fifth, it'd probably be like the fifth changes. How about that? The fifth is the free for all. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Mama Cat says hello. Mama Cat says hello. Don't you say hello, Mama? Oh yeah. She's so sweet. She's got the cutest little meow, I swear. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I think it's the first debut of the mama cat in the videos. Alrighty, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Big shout out to the patrons of Patreon. Here are your names. Thank you all so much, or just name. I honestly don't know if I have multiple patrons yet, because I'm filming all these before I even really relaunched the Patreon. But I'm giving the shout outs. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate all the support in any way, shape, or form that you guys give me. Alrighty, there we go. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.